Hello and welcome to our top 6, top 4, top 8 kind of. We're taking it on in a little awkward position, but welcome back to the stream. We are currently, I'm with my co-host Avian. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful co-host.
All right, we are, as we had mentioned before, we are back with more action. We saw everything leading up to this top 8, pretty solidified in the top 8 at this point as well. Just trying to shake out that top 4 spot we got going on right now. Got a couple other matches, as you can see. We've got something such as Pugs and Toxins, 2 players who, one of them, Guildhouse regular. If you've tuned into this channel, tuned into the Guildhouse Fighters channel as well, should need no introduction. Seems to run whichever DLC character is out, but really, really coming clean with the ABBA. We got Toxins coming all the way out here from Sacramento. But before then, we have a match to get things kicked off. Another real classic, someone who really only comes out to our regionals, and Alexander, who's on the Milia, who's on a couple different other characters. And then you have Flasco, who is really starting to make a name for himself on the Geo, on the Oscar, and really just coming out to these guild houses, showing out, and now is trying to show himself on the regional stage.
Flasco is definitely a really interesting player. I've noticed they play their Geo and their Oscar very, very differently, and it makes you a really difficult time playing against them if you're not prepared for one of those 2 characters. For instance, if they play their Geo, they play it very fast, very aggressive, very whip punishy. As soon as they'll switch to Oscar, the game slows down immensely, and it makes it incredibly difficult to just adapt to control the state of the game because Flasco is so good at it. I think it's funny we had a little warm up with the Zatos here. For only Zato we'll see on stream.
Yeah, it's don't expect to see too much of this. We know that he's been considered dead, but you know what? We're just gonna go ahead, show out a little bit here. But
why do both of these players know Zato block strings? Why do both of them know block strings and combos? Like
it's not the worst. I mean, you just let go of drills every once in a while. Like
I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm just saying it's a little awkward and it's weird compared to other characters.
I mean, it's like I just want to things you know how to do. Like it's like how if you play baseball, you generally know how to throw a curveball.
Yeah,
regardless of what position you are. It's like that.
All right, I got you. Everyone's got to know how to play the Zato.
Exactly.
I got you.
We got the care package coming out here from Marco.
Go.
Would you like the sugar-free one this evening?
I will take the sugar-free one. Absolutely. Thank you.
Shout out to Red Bull for just throwing this incredible venue.
Yeah, no, this venue is great. It's been our home for a while. Commentators' booths are always really nice, especially the ones up top. The ones that we don't get to use today, but the Smash stream on the Genesis main stream, they get to use it today. It's such a beautiful casting area. Big fan. But speaking of beautiful things, we got this beautiful game between Geo and Milia. Now, I don't know how much Flasco has practiced this matchup at all. I also don't know how much Alexander has played against Geo, because Geo is a weird character in that a lot of people consider her very powerful, but she's not very seen.
Geo's just playing fighting games. Like it's really interesting to see. Like, all right, like we have a character who's kind of playing a much more traditional strike type of style, but on a dash that is incredibly good. I mean, on the other end, basically the complete opposite in Alexander on this Milia, able to put those mix-ups down, not doing too much damage, but really making you guess for not only your life, but your sanity as well.
Now, one interesting thing that we might want to notice is I've been hearing some of the players talk about the delay on this PS4. So one thing that might be good to take into account is the delay on this one has been messing with some of the players. Now, doesn't seem to be messing with Flasco's combo game, considering that was just 90% off of a Super Starter, I think?
I believe so as well. Had the meter for it, able to put it behind, and Flasco, speaking of resources, able to build up 2 bursts there. Gonna use them both to secure the first round, not only of the block, but the set as well.
Very nice super there from Flasco. I mean, we're already seeing this strike throw pressure, this traditional pressure coming out. That wrist is cranking all the way. Guard crush. And I mean, like, Alexander with a very nice match out there.
Here we go. Alexander gonna go ahead, put him in the blender that you know so well. The can opener, as Yabs likes to call it, lands on the same side. Not gonna find the hit, but finds the 2K2D to keep it going.
Oh, doesn't use the OS there to grab the cross through. And right here, Alexander's in a great position. Resets the combo, and Alexander not going to build
gonna kill.
Oh, no!
Just barely misses that charge. Dust gonna be real troublesome.
Burst out for Alexander. Even if Flasco manages to lose this round, Alexander, without that burst, is going to be very important going into this last round. Flasco has a huge advantage because they have their entire burst bar. They get a guard crush you, they get a combo you, and I mean, this is so much damage, and you don't have the burst to prevent it.
Yeah, I mean, that burst from Alexander, definitely a very interesting move. Some may debate it, but Flasco is going to enjoy it as well. As you said before, not able to build that burst back in time, and it's going to be the Flasco show as he goes ahead and closes out game number 1.
Very nice 50-50 there with the BRC forcing a fuzzy. You have to commit high or low there, and no matter which way you commit, if you try to block the other way on a reaction, you will get hit.
You gotta just make sure you are guessing and guessing well. No OS is here. He's gonna go ahead and blow you up for not being able to get those guesses in. Artemis to go ahead, send him through the wall.
Unfortunately, only gets the 50 meter after the wall break, which means that Flasco could definitely make something happen. That 6H, not what Alexander was looking for, and that flip kick will be the end of the round as Alexander manages to punish that lag coming down to the ground.
That's going to be not bad coming out from Alexander. Able to hold on to the burst as well, something that we weren't able to manage very well going into the last round. But as you can see, Flasco already trying to put the gas on, really trying to make sure that his offense is so much more explosive. Not going to be able to get that goal burst, though. Don't really know what the expectation was there, but the expectation for Alexander is just to keep on doing these mix-ups, keep on sending Flasco into these really negative situations.
So the thing is that it may look like a game that Alexander has a good hold on, but both of these characters were on even life, and they still are. One touch from Flasco could spill the end of this round, but Alexander manages to clearing out with the free gap button.
Yeah, no, it's I'd love to see it here. I mean, we could be seeing a character switch here. We see Flasco going into the character selection. We know that he has 2 on deck. Maybe he just wants to try something different here with the music.
Gotta switch the song up, you know?
Don't.
Oh, no, man. Yeah, see? No. Everyone knows. Everyone.
This could be a crazy ice. They are going right back into this saying, look, it's a loser's choice on this music. And now we're going into something that is quite disputed within the Guilty Gear community.
Most people don't like this song.
Yeah, no, that's why I definitely say disputed and not if I said divisive, that would imply there are people on one side.
That's true.
So
that is true. No, most people dislike this song. Myself included.
You see, the thing is when you've been playing Bridget for as long as I have, you almost drown it out because you sit in the training mode for like 4 hours, 5 hours, the song is looping, and you're like, I don't even hear it anymore. You know, I just kind of only hear the buttons. That's where I'm at now, but it might be enough to throw Alexander off his game.
Now, Alexander does manage to get the wall break here, but Alexander also is out of that burst, out of those resources. Great little sequence from both players, neither quite managing to get that advantage there, but Alexander with that positive bonus will manage to build up just that bit of meter faster.
On the 10th on the OS, for those who are uninitiated, if you jump between the first and second hit of that Milia close slash, you do have a window where you are able to block the burst or continue the combo. Try to see it out there from Alexander, and the mess up actually going to go ahead and net Flasco the round there, so just really showing the importance of execution on Millie.
Yeah, now Flasco manages to get the 2D there, not sure what he was trying to go for, but Alexander managed to pick up this round anyway. With that counter hit, JD, you have the 50 meter. What are we going to do? Instead, go for the fake low, go for the overhead, and that will be the round going the way of Alexander. Very fast, very snowbally, burst equal on both sides. This round is going to be incredibly important for both players. Man,
I love those mix-ups coming out here from Alexander. Showing those shades of plus R's, showing those shades of Exert as well. So we don't need all those fancy tools. We got JH, we got 6K, and we're going to make it work. Great round from Alexander.
Good catch of the backdash from Alexander there as well. You do have that 50 meter if you want, but that JH will be enough to break the wall. Alexander has that 50 meter here, can decide to go for a bad move, instead just PRCing to make himself safe.
Here we go. Gonna see if Alexander can close it out here and manages to get there with the Septum.
If he has a 100 meter, I hope he finishes that round out there.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Milia's damage is like deceptively low. A lot of times in this game, when you get by something, the damage is deceptively high. You're like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to die here. And, 8 out of 10 times you end up dying. Milia's kind of on the opposite end. You're like, all right, I'm pretty much guaranteed to be dead here. And adding that 10 times, not going to kill. It's just going to go ahead and do barely not enough. Seen it time and time again, but great routing, real efficient there from Alexander.
What are we doing? We're just going back on the Geo. We're sticking the Geo out all the way. This will be Flasco's tournament life here. Flasco's stuck on the Geo for the rest of it. I believe the score is 2-1 going the way of Alexander right now. Flasco will have to win these next few games on the Geo that has been effectively downloaded by Alexander at this point.
Yeah, it really feels like there aren't too many tricks that Flasco can pull out. I mean, as you were saying with Giovanna, very strong, but the amount of tricks in the bag becomes extremely limited, extremely linear. So once you kind of get a hang of them and you get a hang of the tendencies of the Geo player, it becomes real easy to dissect.
But on the Geo side as well, you do have that insane win punish game. You do have the insane damage, and here we are going to see that again. Pays out throw, and I mean, this is just going to be the round.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no doubt that this doesn't kill here. Like I said, this one is a no-doubter. Gets the guaranteed wall health as well. And Flasco's already coming back in a big way. The color change and the mentality change, all leading to the change in the round.
Oh, that's 5H is going to be a great starter here, building exactly 50 meter in order to get Alexander to low HP. You get a great situation here. You get to run your strike throw. You get to start building at risk. Unfortunately, that call out on the jump is not going to hit on the further side of Flasco. Oh no, fake dropped combo into plus frames.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, one of the main properties of Guilty Gear is when you drop your combo, you are usually not in too bad of a spot. Alexander will take great advantage of that.
Oh, good YRC, but that 6P will do a lot here. Will Flasco opt the burst? Instead, just going to take that round.
Yeah.
You do manage to keep that burst from the side of Flasco. Alexander has a lot of burst here anyway, so I don't think the burst economy is going to be the greatest decider here. It's just going to be who can play their heart out in this last match the best.
I mean, I do understand the decision there from Flasco. If you are going to play against Milia and you know you're kind of on your last legs, why risk it for another mix-up when you can just do this on the other end? Look at this. One throw.
Backdash BRC, well blocked by Alexander. DP gets the pickup. Burst forced from Alexander here, and that will be the round going the way of Flasco. Flasco looks like just taking that little time, icing Alexander out for those 2 rounds, managing to work his brain during those pauses, able to do everything, make everything start going his way. Now, I was about to say, this is going to be
Bridget Hayter, beautiful. I need more fuel. Oh man, I love the chirping coming out. So it's so sick. I mean, I love all these players, man. It's what makes Genesis Black so great.
It's what makes NorCal so great.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's chirping at everybody. Everybody has their own opinion to say, and you will hear it.
It's like a big, real angry family. It's beautiful. But I do have to say, I do appreciate these 2 players for doing something that I feel like fighting game players don't take too much advantage of. Going back to the character select screen, getting a chance to take your breath. It feels like every game loss, someone's like, all right, hold on, let me calm down a little bit here. Let me reset my mentality and get right back into that game.
Ooh, would have been a big hit, but that burst there is a big savior on the side of Alexander. Now, what I'm noticing that's really interesting is actually that Flasco, wait, he doesn't know that. Oh, he did know that was fake. He went for the fuzzy jump, but unfortunately was not able to get the punish there. Oh no.
Oh, it's looking like big damage. Not going to be enough though. Has to find one more mix-up. Finds it. A burst is on the side of Flasco. That could be huge. Has the plus frames, but goes for the flip kick. Immediately looked down to the boost saying, what could have possibly happened on that scenario?
I'm not 100% sure what Flasco was looking for there, but that will be the throw. Flasco has been opting to use the strike option a lot, and now that conditioning will come into play. Alexander dead in, what, 10 seconds?
Yeah, that was a bona fide 2-touch coming out here for Flasco. And now, we not only are at the final round of this game, we're at the final round of this set. In the next 99 seconds, Wims, like someone's going home.
Somebody is going home in the next 99 seconds, and it doesn't look good for Flasco at the moment. Great blocks, but unfortunately, Flasco does not look like he knows when he can punish. That will be the cross-up, double cross-up. Flasco not quite being able to do what he wants to do. Great block of the double cross-up there, but unfortunately, that will be the kill going the way of Alexander. What a snowball that round was.
Yeah, I mean, what a round. What a set over there from Alexander. I see Flasco, you know, just a little bit upset. Maybe got a misinput there.
I think the it may have been a DP coming out that was attempted to come out instead of the wolf kick there. Unfortunately, those inputs are very similar, and the games will sometimes just register one of the inputs as the other, especially in a scenario where you're getting crossed up like that, where you know, your inputs are getting muddled very easily. Sometimes it just comes out the wrong way.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, but one of the things that comes with being a competitor on the stage is being able to look at that type of mistake and keep it rolling. It becomes real difficult, but you know what? Sometimes it is what it is. You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, no, sometimes it is what it is. Now, one thing I'll say about one of our next competitors, Pugs, is very interesting. He plays with a fursuit head on, I believe.
Yes, that is indeed a possum head.
And his vision is very limited.
Yes.
It's incredibly limited. He has told me he has no peripheral vision in it whatsoever, and it's mesh, so his sight through it is not as good as, you know, somebody looking through nothing, like us.
I mean, to be honest, that could help in some cases, you know, only having your eyes be able to look at the screen. Feels like, you know, all the information that's being processed pretty much only goes in that scenario. So you know what? It might actually be a benefactor to have the head on.
Could be. Maybe that's why he plays with it on.
Exactly.
Maybe it lets him lock in a little easier.
That's what I'm saying.
Gives him that the predator vision, right? You're only looking forward. You're not looking anywhere else.
It's like there's no time, no information to look anywhere else. But this is a match we were hyping up earlier. As you can see, you got Toxins on the right. Going to be pulling out the Soul, going to be pulling out the Anji as well. Has a couple different characters in the bag. And on the other hand, you have, I mean, I feel like you could see it based on his cosplay. You're going to be seeing the ABBA, I believe, coming out here from Pugs.
Now, the one thing I would say, Pugs has a ton of different characters.
Yes.
I know Pugs has a Johnny, Pugs has an ABBA, Pugs has an Elfelt, Pugs has at least one or two other characters that I'm just not quite remembering off the top of my head. But I believe ABBA is the main for now.
Yes.
Now, one thing I will say is Toxins is not a Soul player. Toxins is an Anji player who he's been saying all day. Nah, this is Soul only run. I've seen more Anji than Soul.
Hey, I mean, listen, that may just be survivorship bias. At least got to give him the respect for at least going with the Soul at the beginning of the set every time, regardless of the outcome.
He didn't though. In one of the sets he didn't.
Yeah, it's like, but this set, he at least is going to the button check. See some sort of tweets going on here. Might be taking pictures. Might be getting nice. Let's see. Yeah, just got to make sure.
Yeah, we just got to...
Honestly, now that we're here, we might actually just be seeing the Anji. I mean, we know that Toxins wanted to make the Soul only run. Thought it was going to be fun, but they kind of realized they like winning a little bit more. So
yeah, winning a little more than playing Soul bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean,
which is understandable. I play that character, I slot my way to victory. There is no strategy involved. I run up, ban revolver 50-50, deal 60%. I mean, every single game, every time.
Yeah. I mean, this is a kid who's he's been doing big things recently. You know, it's like at least has been really trying to grind out that online scene. You know, has gone to pretty much all your TNSs, all your like FlyQuest ladders, even got top 8 at one of them, right? It's like, so always willing to put in the work, always willing to, you know, go on these bracket runs online, get that tournament experience. And now it's paying off right now, playing for a top 4 qualifying spot. Whoever wins this will be in our final 4 competitors, playing at a shot at that prize pool as well.
Yeah, no, playing at that the prize pool, I don't know what it is today, but it's definitely a lot larger than a lot of the locals we come to with a little bit of a pop bonus, you know, coming from Genesis. What we also do have is we have the Anji, no Soul.
Yep. It's like
we want to win the game. We don't want to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to that point in the bracket where we're just saying, you know, all right, like, you know, it's been real, but at this point, I do want to win. You can already see how the strive pool has now changed. That losers quarters, we aren't on rounds anymore. This is a bona fide top 8 match, bona fide top 6 match, I should say, and let's get it kicked off right now.
Already starting with that throw is going to be a great option going forward. Counter hit will force Pugs to already start playing carefully, as that spin will catch everything.
Yep. A little bit of lore going out here. This is actually a match that we saw previously in the set. I mean, not in the set, in the tournament, excuse me. We saw a time for, as we saw Toxins to go ahead, play some Soul Bad Guy, switched over into the Anji and then won it, ran it back 3-2. Really scary set now, but Toxin's just trying to finish the job. Pugs has the information, but Toxins has that dominance that comes from the last set.
Yeah, Toxins does already have that momentum going their way, and unfortunately for Pugs, I mean, swinging into a lot of what Toxins is doing is just, it's not what you want to be doing against an Anji. The Anji gets so much off of those spins, so much off of those counter hits, and I mean, it's even with Abba's health, even with the fact that she has a ridiculous amount of health, it's just not quite enough.
I really like that, getting the hop kick, not going to be enough. Finds the 6P. It's going to get punished, so the burst is now off the table for Pugs, off the table for Toxins, spins through the hop kick, and the first set, or the first game, excuse me, is going to go right on over to Toxins in a real dominating fashion.
Yeah, no, Toxins getting that domination out of the way early. Pugs not even taking a break, just going to keep swinging into that spin, just going to keep swinging. It's not going to be what you want to be doing against this Anji, especially against a player like Toxins who really likes trying to bait those out.
Oh man, it's like we're seeing those spins come out in full force. Finds the plus frames on that JS, and once again, this is looking like Toxins' round for sure. Gonna take him through the wall, has the hard knockdown, and has essentially a guess for game scenario. Ooh. Gets mashed out of the technology coming out there on the BRC overhead, and now Toxin says, you know what, I may not get that round for free, but I'm gonna sure try it. Pugs, on the other hand, is jabbing their way to survival.
Pugs managing to get this pressure started. It looks like Toxins does not know how plus that is. Toxins is going to get sent straight through the wall here. Unfortunately for Pugs, it won't kill and it won't give hard knockdown, but you do have that 50 meter.
Oh,
you
no way.
Oh no, not the spin.
Oh no, my goodness gracious. I was gonna say, I almost popped off there, I can't even lie, but not able to find what he was looking for there. Got the spin, not able to finish the job. Gets the throw this time though. Once again, that 2P putting in so much work. 4 frames of fury. Going ahead, allowing Abba to get so much jealousy rate, get her into the stands, and start this offense for Pugs.
Oh no, this is terrible on the side of Toxins. You're sent straight through the wall. Pugs opting not to use the meter to wall break, instead going to save the meter. You do have a 100 meter now, but you are on defense against somebody like Toxins.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to burst it. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the other round. Take this burst advantage in strides. Just wants to make sure that there is not going to be a chance for Pugs to try and come back from this last round, the one that truly matters here in this game.
Yeah, and Pugs already just with those mashes getting called out by Toxins with great movement. But oh no! This is horrible on the side of Toxins. Toxins does have that counter super, but it's not going to be what Toxins was looking for. Right here, Pugs gets that offense started. Pugs does get that wall break, and this will be a hard knockdown. Now, Toxins does have that reversal super again, instead opting for a YRC. Run up, grab, unfortunately not going to finish it off, but the backdash is going to get caught by that 2H, and Pugs managing to take that round pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like 3 rounds straight for Toxins at first, able to get things kicked off in that 4th round, but immediately Pugs is going to bring it all the way back, and now instead of a 2-0, they're looking at a 1-1, which is a substantially better scenario.
It is a much, much better scenario for Pugs. Pugs, however, is not in a great scenario here, especially with that super wall break. That's going to deal a fair bit of damage. Not as much as Toxins may like, but you do get this great situation to be in. You do have that 50 meter, which is so important here, especially when you just get to kill them.
Yeah, this should be looking like more than dead, utilizing the fans, utilizing the wall damage, and collecting 7 white letters for the one time. A perfect comes out for Toxins yet again.
No. This is again just looking horrible on the side of Pugs. It's just mashing into those spins. Toxins is timing them really, really well, and Pugs just isn't seeming to adapt properly to them.
Yeah, I mean, we see these jabs, these K and P buttons coming out here for Pugs, recognizing how good those buttons are, but it feels like on the other end, Toxins just has all the answers.
That's going to be a burst out from Toxins. Toxins wants to finish this out now. Gold burst from Pugs is going to be a huge opportunity because Pugs now gets to start their offense, has that 100 meter, now gets to do exactly what they want to do.
Oh my goodness, not able to find any sort of conversion there. The YRC comes out from Pugs. Has a bit of chance to get something started. Has to get out of there. And now Toxins is going to get one more chance. Sees the deflect shield, but isn't able to adjust. And now it's going to be Pugs not going to quite have the opportunity to close out that round, but finds it there with the enhanced top kick coming from the Jealousy Rage.
Now Toxins, with all that health, has managed to build up quite a bit of burst himself, and especially with that deflect shield from Pugs, you will be stuck in a bad position in terms of burst economy. However, with Jealous Rage comes buttons that are absolutely broken, and that's going to be the burst baited out. Unfortunately, no counter hit there, but...
Oh no. This is looking real bad for Toxins. Gets the overhead. This should be huge right now. But what we are going to see is we do have a deflect shield that can arise from Pugs. One more mix-up. Don't know if this is going to quite do it.
I don't think this is going to do it. I think we're going to be on the verge.
Oh, no, that's good.
Oh. See?
Not quite.
I told you.
Has one more health.
Is so broken, and now you get that deflect shield out. You do get that 6 feet coming out. No RC from Pugs there, unfortunately for them. And now Pugs is in a bad situation instead of it being the way of Toxins.
Yeah, it's looking like this is going back and forth. Just so many crucial mistakes coming out from both sides. Whoever's able to capitalize on it more is going to be the one to not only take these games, but to take these sets as well. Got the burst already coming out from Pugs. Now we got to see what Toxins can do with this power play. Already finds one hit. Could find another here. Forced to uninstall. One more hit could be huge. Finds it with a 2S.
This is going to be horrible. That's going to be a ton of damage. Not quite going to kill here. And Pugs on the ABBA still has the chance to make this round back, especially with that X factor that ABBA has, but not going to be an easy route to that.
Yep, tries to hit him with the fake overhead into the low, steps right on over those fan needles and just gets him with the chip damage. Toxins is sitting at set point.
Now Toxins did use burst there, which could be crucial in Pugs' plan. In order to continue winning this round, great grab from Pugs. Pugs now managing to get that Jealous Rage started. Now managing to start their own offense, start their own damage. This will be unfortunate miss of the key grab.
Uninstall comes out. ABBA has to get right on back into that Jealousy Rage if they want to find it. I like Pug getting real nice and greedy. Ends up finding it.
No!
It swings into the counter super. Gonna give Toxins another chance at life to close out this set. Goes for the 2S. Immediately gonna go into the kill. And now Pugs is gonna get another chance at life.
And now Pugs, this is the burst economy that I was talking about. Pugs does have that slight advantage, but it's an advantage nonetheless. That is a great use of the JD, actually, in order to start baiting out those grabs, start baiting out those Fujins, start baiting out whatever Pugs needs to in order to continue these rounds.
Oh, finds their way out. Trey's going to go in the favor of Toxin.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, wait, never mind. That was the uninstall. I thought that was the burst coming out from Toxin.
No burst coming out here. Toxin still has a little bit to work with, isn't able to find the anti-air with the close slash. And once again, those jabs are going to be just so clutch from Pugs, and now suddenly it's all tied up 2-2.
Pugs tying this up 2-2 is an incredible feat, especially coming from those first two games. We're looking so dominant from Toxins, but Pugs managing to get those adaptations. I was not familiar with their game. I apologize to them for what I was saying because they are looking really dominant now.
Yep, here we go. Gonna go ahead and continue on the combo there. Swings into it, has to use meter to get out of there, but the Ko is gonna find Pugs in the air.
Ooh, good backdash on Wake Up here. Pugs does manage to get this key grab, does manage to start staying plus, but that Anji Mito 2P is juiced.
Not able to quite find it, just goes for even more dashes there, wants to go for the uninstall.
Oh.
Meets Toxins in the air, and this should be more than enough to kill. Goes for the uninstall though, wants to get a bit greedy with it. Once again, has to find their way out, but it's gonna get the 6H. This could be huge for Toxins. Got another chance at life. Gonna have to see what they can do with it though. Gets the BRC on out, and now the set point has been shifted, and now it's in Pugs' favor.
Pugs is now in the driver's seat, especially with that JD. You are managing to see Toxins with those tournament nerves. It looks like they're faltering. They aren't in these situations in person a lot. And I mean, it's showing. Toxins does manage to get this offense, but they're looking more predictable, and it looks like Pugs is keeping their cool. First coming out from Toxins there. Interesting situation.
Has to try to find some sort of answer for this JD. Seems to have had it before, but as you can say, the tournament nerves are getting real bad on the side of Toxins. Good block on the overhead. Finds their way out with the spin. Are they going to be able to find another chance? We've seen a lot of these fuzzy jumps come out here from Pugs, and a lot of these counter pokes come out as well. Has to find one more scenario.
Oh, that's going to be the overhead, and it looks like Pugs is going to take that in a Game 5. Toxins choking that at the last second, understanding that those tournament nerves getting to them just a little too much.
Yeah, as you can see, throwing the head back. Not really too happy about that result, but I mean, sometimes Abe can just get you, and then of course Pugs is an incredible player on top of that, so it's not like this is anything to slouch at. This is a player who is incredibly strong, who has gone out, has done their locals over and over again, has experience in some of these matches, especially playing against Brown all the time. So
yes,
you can't necessarily be too mad when you find yourself in these situations and find yourself on the losing end.
Oh, 100%, especially because even though you're doing all that grinding online, even though you're understanding all that, I mean, you see Jack at Evo getting all the way to the stage, and then once they were on the stage, similar thing, looks like they were faltering as soon as that crowd's behind you, as soon as you start realizing, I could win this, right? You start seeing from that third person point of view instead of just playing the game, and it all starts crumbling very quickly from that point.
Yeah, congratulations to Toxins, though, securing a 5th place finish.
Very respectable finish. Got some good wins in there. Got some solid wins. Almost made it to that 4th place, the coveted 4th place, making it into the top half of that the top 8 graphic, but not quite gonna get there, unfortunately.
Yep, a good run, but a run that ends right now. But with that run ending, another run could potentially begin. We got to see who our second side of the top 4 on the loser side is going to be. We are going to have Alexander going up against Afo to decide who gets in on that side as well.
Yeah, Alexander and Afo. This will be an interesting matchup. Afo, very, very used to the Millia matchup. Has played against Zedadiah in Zed's prime. Has played against Delecki when Delecki played Millia.
Yep.
Has played against quite a few Millia players in his time and is arguably one of the best defensive players in the game.
Yeah, at least in regards to his ability to IB. I mean, I feel like his defense is very interesting. It's a hard nut to crack, but once you crack it, it becomes a real easy once you figure out the solution. But the problem is that solution is hidden under a mountain of IBs, which Alexander I don't think has that much experience in and has to find their way around that at the beginning of the set.
Yeah, IBs especially are very deadly because nobody really utilizes them as much as they should be. Even at the highest level, IBs and IBFDs are just not utilized at the same level as what certain players are able to do with them. Like if you watch Afo play against really anybody, you'll see those IBs change the matchup from a horrible defensive matchup to all of a sudden it almost looks GUILDHOUSE favored when GUILDHOUSE is on defense.
Oh yeah, I mean there's always the anecdote of Afo wanted to play GUILDHOUSE and said, you know what, if he has really bad defense, the way that I'm going to overcome this is I'm going to just have the best defense that I can, and then this character is going to be unbeatable. And honestly, the thesis is working out real well because he has been able to win his nice fair share of guildhouses, able to get his top 8s at pretty much all of them. Like, it really is crazy to witness like the development of this person who has gone from basically playing 0 fighting games into the fighting game player that he is today because of the philosophies that he's been able to put himself to.
Yeah, I think another interesting thing to mention is the reason Afo might be so good at IB is he is a rhythm gamer at heart.
Yes.
DDR player. I don't know, he plays other rhythm games, I know that much.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact he plays DDR. I know for a fact he's just big into those rhythm games, and you know, those IBs are effectively just a rhythm game.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, I mean, timing looks about right for a perfect, but now we got to see what Alexander is going to do to stop him. We know Alexander's at least close to California. Shows up to pretty much any event with Genesis in the name. Really happy to see him, but we don't really see him too often here at these guild houses.
Now, one thing I will say is arguably Soul Bad Guy might be the worst pick here because even though Afo has practice in that Millia matchup, he plays against Jonathan Tene on the Soul almost every week.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, Millia is incredibly bad in the GUILDHOUSE. Like, it's like at that point, literally just like play a new game because, so even though he has the experience into Jonathan, like, and there may not be anything new that you can show him, you at least get a fighting shot the moment that you lock in Soul instead of the Millia there.
Well, you say fighting shot. It's not looking too good for Alexander, especially with that machine gun coming out at the end, managing to set up the perfect Alexander with a shake of the head.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you think about it, it's gonna be real hard to see what the correct answer is here. You have Soul, who you're much less familiar with, but is a better matchup. You have Millia, who you are more familiar with, but also your opponent is as well as the matchup being substantially worse. Like, you are gonna have a bit of a tough time playing Soul and Millia and NorCal against any of these players, but against AFO specifically, it's gonna be even tougher.
Yeah, no, especially against AFO. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we used to be the land of Millias, now we're the land of Souls.
Yeah, no, there just seems to be a ton of them everywhere.
Hey, like, I would just like to say I was one of the first. I would just like to put that out there.
Yeah, it's like, here we go. Love to see it. Gonna go ahead and get that burst coming out here. And as you can see, that familiarity is immediately gonna make this a much better time for Alexander.
Now, Alexander with that familiarity is great, but also you have to think about this from the side of AFO. AFO can always just get something going. If AFO gets that one hit like this, it's gonna be a ton of damage, a ton of pressure on you, especially with those Kara BTs. You and those RCs just able to do so much damage through that FD.
Uh-oh. Really
Burst.
wanted to see how Alexander wanted to get out of there. Elects to use the burst. Really smart decision that I would say. Just give yourself a fighting shot once again, but the 5K gonna crush any load in sight, including that Millia 2K. Gonna go ahead and free up a round for AFO.
This GUILDHOUSE character is so privileged, it's crazy.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, even after the White Wild Assault nerfs, especially with, you continue that damage, especially with those Karas, it's so difficult to do anything against him on offense.
Oh, trying to get
oh no,
with
oh
the 5K. It
oh
should
no,
be dead, and it sure is. It's gonna be 2-0 for AFO. Only needs to secure one more round, or one more game, excuse me, in order to close this one out.
Looks like we're sticking the Millia. Looks like we're feeling the Millia a little more than the Soul, but the question isn't if we're feeling the Millia more than the Soul, it's how much better are we playing on the Millia than we are on the Soul. Great mix-ups already coming out, but remember, even though Millia can snowball here, it doesn't really matter if GUILDHOUSE can get that 1 to 2 hits on you and just absolutely blow you up.
Really excited to see what Alexander's going to come up with here.
Oh no, oh no. This is the tragic era, especially when he gets that 50-50 on you. Unfortunate, uncharacteristic drop of the combo by AFO, but I don't think it'll really matter considering now Alexander's in the corner against GUILDHOUSE. It's just not a situation that is really feasible to get out of.
One more round here for Alexander to try to make something happen. AFO trying to close this out with a clean shot right now. Is able to find anything with the Heracard. Finds it though with that 4-2-6 Behemoth looking real strong.
Wonder what that IB on the second hit of 6H was for. Probably has something that some property that I'm not understanding. But AFO getting sent through the wall. Alexander looks like they're slowly starting to realize they can pick up their momentum here.
Finds the IB, but nothing much is gonna come from it. No FDs coming out on the side of Alexander though, and Brian, aka AFO, is gonna go ahead. Free that one up 3-0 to advance onto the top 4.
Fast round?
Absolutely. I mean, with that though, our top 4 is set. It's primed and ready to go. We are going to have a banger of a winners finals, a banger of a losers finals as well, as we try and crown our next Genesis Black champion for Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, last year it was Vineeth or Jonathan, if I remember correctly. It was one of those two.
So we had 2 champions. So we had a so for Genesis Black last year, our format was Saturday and Sunday.
That's what it was.
We had 2 tournaments. First one went to Vineeth, went to Apology Man. The second one went to, oh gosh, this is really bad. It's May player beat Brandon.
I do know who you're talking about. I'm forgetting. Their name starts with like an S, I think.
It was something like that.
They're from Sencal, right?
I have no idea.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
we had 2
besides
champions.
the point. The point is we've had 2 champions before, 1 champion this year, and I mean it's between what, Bronafo, Pugs, and
GC Yoshi 13.
GC Yoshi. We have the father-son match already coming up.
Yep. Looking like we're going to see Battle of the Beds, Battle of the Butterflies could also be on the horizon as well.
True. Both of those matchups, Resident Sleeper.
Perhaps, but I do feel like, you know, Bedman definitely has some stuff that is pretty solid. At least when you consider like the awareness that it takes to really put Bedman's offense in motion, it's
100%.
definitely something that can be appreciated. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. But also, pin missile neutral is it exists. It is a game state.
I mean, yeah, but someone has to get it eventually. Yeah, not the worst for sure.
That's true. That's true.
But anyway,
Can't be worse than the Soul Mirror.
Exactly. We are gonna get things kicked off though. We have our winners finals on deck. As you said before, we got GC Yoshi 13 versus Broen. I mean, 2 got the fighting game legend versus a fighting game legend in the making. GC Yoshi, known for just entering every single game at every single tournament, has had his fair share in that journeyman role. And then Broen on the other side, electing to specialize in Guilty Gear Strive, has made his way around in regards to, you know, other anime games, but has really found success here, you know, ever since joining that Spartan Esports. Shout out to SJSU. Going ahead winning a Genesis already. Going here trying to look for his second Genesis title as well in this Genesis Black. Meanwhile, GC Yoshi, you know him. You love him. He's funny on Twitter. He's funny in real life. And he is a damn monster on the bed, man. Looking like we're going to be seeing the mirrors who kick things off.
Yeah, what a great matchup as well. I mean, like you said, that fighting game player in the making versus fighting game legend is crazy because, I mean, Broen, that Genesis run, I think it's understated what he had to go through. Beat Apology Man, beat Super Noon, beat Jonathan Tennant. That is a insane bracket run that could even be a top 8 at a major.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I would definitely consider it so, especially back then. But for now, we don't got to worry about top 8 at a major. We have to worry about getting that top 1, that Genesis Black. We're going to get things kicked off. We got GC Yoshi rocking the yellow bed versus Broen on the white one. As you can already see, we got the burst out here from Broen, but no real advantage coming from it.
Good 2K to check that, God, I'm forgetting what the move is, but that charged overhead. Good 2K to challenge it from GC Yoshi.
Yep. Now this is going to be definitely a master versus student match right now.
You see that 6 feet?
Yeah, real good. Admittedly, though, you know, it's like Broen has taken up a lot from GC Yoshi, not only in regards to mannerisms, but in character choice as well. Initially going with the Anji, but now finding some sort of success in the bed, getting second over here at Festival of Fates, now trying to secure a victory here at a California Regional in Genesis Black.
I think one thing that's also interesting about this specific matchup, player-wise, is Broen watches a ridiculous amount of GC Yoshi VODs. Broen is constantly watching those VODs, constantly stealing tech from them, so he may have a slight upper hand in terms of just knowing what his opponent can do.
Absolutely. I mean, Bedman has a lot of variation in regards to that offense, though, so at least when you are in this advantage state, as you can see from GC Yoshi, it's all about getting out. As you can see here, Broen, you know, just trying to make sure that he is taking that space forward. As you can see, he's going to go ahead and try and go for these offensive sequences, tries to get the burst out, not going to find it, finds it late. And now the advantage is going to go steadily in the side of Broen until they spend it on that failed White Wild Assault.
I mean, even then, you still have a giant burst advantage here, but it is also comes at a giant disadvantage in terms of the round.
Not going to quite kill, just barely messes up the combo. Finds the connection. Has to try to find their way out, though. Even the plus frames, the threat of throw is immediately gone. Goes for the pinwheel, not going to find it. And now has one more chance at offense. Locks him down.
Great double overhead, actually, there from Broen in order to finish out that round. Or GC Yoshi, Broen? That was Broen. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
God, these names and colors are confusing me.
Yeah, GC Yoshi on the yellow bed right now. Got Broen on the white. As you're going to see from these names, they're going with the esports colors. Burst immediately coming out here for GC Yoshi. A lot of what you're going to see in this matchup, as you've already seen so far, is a difference in how they elect to use these pins and these errors. You see Broen trying to use it to get that space, saying, you know what, I'm going to force you into these other options, force myself into these scenarios that are going to net me this offense, and as you can see, it's paying dividends.
Oh, great overhead there, and this might, no, it's not going to kill. But this will be a great advantageous position for Brone to be in. That's going to be the JD trying to fake the side swap and go same side. That will be the follow-up, the error state in order to finish out that round from poor Brone.
Yep, going ahead, taking a third round in a row here. Brone is looking absolutely dominant right now in this matchup. Trying to just, like I said, trying to see, find the time, trying to push the other bed all the way into the corner. It's almost like that spacing dance, but it's being played all the way from full screen. Really just fascinating to watch.
It's almost hypnotizing.
Exactly.
I'm almost like finding myself like drawn into the dance of these two.
Yep, like
pin missile, and then we get the error, pin missile, error, delayed error actually.
Yeah, but it's like even sometimes when you're getting hit, you just got to find your way moving forward. Great maneuver by GC Yoshi. Gonna put Brone in the corner, allow him to get his first stint of offense going.
And now's where you can really see GC Yoshi shine. That will be a great offensive sequence there, especially after that incredible way of keeping that corner pressure, or getting that corner pressure, even though he was losing that neutral hold.
Now, you see GC Yoshi kind of break up that momentum from Brone, but Brone immediately getting it right on back, doing what Bedman does best, getting these guard breaks in, trying to find a chance to at least catch GC Yoshi mashing. They both go in the air, but it's looking like Brone's going to win the exchange, and GC Yoshi's going to cost him his burst.
Yeah, both sides no burst. GC Yoshi is on the disadvantaged side in terms of positioning. And Brone with this neutral play is just going to be doing so much work. Great bar slash from GC Yoshi in order to start applying his own pressure. And now Brone is in the complete opposite situation he was in before.
Yep, cannot find a way to get these errors off the ground. Have to try to find it, not able to find the 6P. Ooh. But a very clean 2K coming out here from Brone. It's going to allow him to get something started.
I really like that from Brone.
No, safe jump. Yeah, safe jumps.
Good safe jump from Brone there. Unfortunately, getting counter hit will not lead to a lot. White Wild Assault, invulnerable, moving forward at insane speeds, is just going to finish off that round.
Yeah, great use of the White Wild Assault. Definitely discounted now that it is not plus anymore. It is -3, but you know what? That hasn't stopped anybody before. There we go. Gonna see even more plus frames, even more guard breaking from both these players, but still looking like GC Yoshi is finding the downloads that he needs to get this upper hand on Brone.
Oh no, Brone is in a horrible situation here. GC Yoshi with that wall break will throw Brone on the ground, will put Brone in a situation where, I mean, you gotta start doing desperate things to start winning these rounds.
Just a 6P out here. Meets GC Yoshi in the air once again. It's like each of them knows exactly what they're going to do 2 steps before they're going to do it.
Ooh, good throw from Brone there, utilizing the error state as almost a decoy.
It's a tap dust. Going to be a big round coming out here for GC Yoshi.
GC Yoshi with that round does manage to hold on, does manage to maintain some form of an advantage here, but Brone still can manage to win this game, especially with how even these rounds are looking.
Absolutely. I mean, overall, it's looking like, as we said, GC Yoshi is doing a little bit better in regards to navigating this neutral state, getting his own offense started, but you can never count either of these players out. Oh, great 2K for Brone once again. It feels like the 2K is just the can opener, the thing that each of these players needs to get something started.
Yeah, that 2K is incredibly juiced with how far it moves. I don't know the frame data on it exactly, but what I do know is that 2K reaches as far as most characters' 5Ks, which is just such a big blow to have on a character like this.
Yep. There we go. Gets the double overhead. Gonna go through. Should it be a chance to kill here?
Oh no.
Not gonna quite be there.
Oh,
Finds
that's
a
a flex
shield.
Unfortunate.
GC Yoshi gonna go ahead put a game on the board now.
GC Yoshi managing to crawl their way back from those claws of absolute defeat. Seeing that one win does give GC Yoshi hope. Maybe they got the download. Maybe they figured something out. Maybe they're able to slowly start crawling their way back from that position that it looked like Brone was about to just dominate from.
Yeah, I mean, it's like now, as you can see, it's really just a matter of making sure that you can at least get your air out and use that to push the space. We've seen the strategy here time and time again, but GC Yoshi is kind of taunting Brone, saying, hey, I need you to do something else, or else I'm just going to keep on picking apart your neutral options and keep on getting these neutral wins.
Good 2P, good challenge from GC Yoshi. Now you get the throw as well. GC Yoshi now starting to use that error state as bait now, instead of just letting it rock. Great backdash from Brone. That's going to be an aggressive burst to keep Brone in the corner and manage to take this round. Great burst from GC Yoshi there.
Yep, I mean, really like that there. Too bad it is going to go to not, I mean, even though you take the round there, it's going to be really, really scary to try and navigate this round the moment that Brone wins neutral once. So, especially with your tournament life on the line, these are the decisions that only come from being seasoned in this field.
Yes, no. I think another thing to keep in mind, though, is that GC Yoshi getting that round up does mean that GC Yoshi has a lot more time in order to build up that burst again. Great blocks from Brone there. Not so great blocks from GC Yoshi. Brone managing to start pushing their advantage yet again, and if they can win this round without utilizing that burst, this will be such a huge round win for Brone here.
Yep, as I was saying before, that decision to burst in the first round, so scary because you know that you're going to basically be giving a round to Brone. You have to now go in and say, all right, do I have the tact? Do I have the wherewithal to try to make this happen now with no burst? Brone gets a throw. This is the sequence that he's looking for. This could be the final sequence, especially when he's netting these wins like that. Goes for another mix-up. Not going to find the hit there. Going to find the hit on the overhead this time, though. Gets the 2K2D. Not going to be able to kill. Just inputs it too early. And now we're going to have to see one more situation for the win. Immediately finds it with a 5P, and Brone is going to head on to the winner side of Grand Finals.
Brone, having that winner side of Grand Finals is very important, as you do manage to maintain that that one game, basically. You get that one game buffer over the loser side player. So any of these players who crawl up from loser side, not only do they have to face Brone, who is an incredible bedman, and bedman's also not that common of a character, but you also have to face him and win 2 times in a row.
I mean, it's always a scary scenario to face Brone at all, let alone when he is on the when he's in Grand Finals, has to win 2 sets in order to beat him, right? It's like, so far, just by getting to the winners finals, it's proven that nobody in the venue right now could beat him in the first of 3.
Yes.
Now, not only to win, do you have to beat him in the first of 3?
You have to beat him again.
You have to beat him twice, which makes that task exponentially more difficult. But in the meantime, we have 3 competitors on the loser side who are all cracking forward that shot. And we're going to get our first 2 up here right now. We're going to have Afo going in with the Gold Lewis once again. We may see the Testament, but it's looking like the Gold Lewis should be the case. Versus Pugs, so 2 players that we've seen already in this block now going to duke it out for their chance to go in the losers finals.
And not even just to mention that they also, that losers finals, GC Yoshi pushed his ticket, or got his ticket to get that 3rd place guaranteed, but also gets the chance to re-challenge Brone with much less games. The mental load that it does taking these games, going through the winner's side, is so much easier because A, you have that extra game to drop, but B, you also just have to play less games. In that loser's bracket, you're playing, what, almost double the games, especially if you drop early? So as soon as you drop, you're starting to play double the games as the people who are staying in winner's side. So these players like Afo and Pugs, especially Pugs, lost early, if I remember correctly, is now stuck in this, basically this fight, this grueling fight to get back all the way while maintaining that mental state. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, loser side is never easy. It's always a bit easier to be like, you know what, I got other chances. But now, on this side, we got the loser side of things. I believe it's going to be a button check.
Yeah, this
oh, no.
This looking like a button
This looks
check.
real.
This is a real game. You see that drone already coming out. Afo is already looking disgusting, already getting that damage started, and this is not going to be pretty if you are looking at Pugs wanting to win here. Pugs not using that FT is going to be very detrimental to their health bar. If you see the chip from each of those BTs is going to be so damaging.
Not going to quite be it, but gets the pickup with the 2K. I mean, this matchup can pretty much be boiled down to how effectively can you get into that jealousy rage? How effectively can you maintain that offense? Because the moment that you pop jealousy rage and get into the range of GUILDHOUSE on the advantage, you can pretty much never re-enter it because you're going to waste all of that time blocking.
Especially right here, you do see Pugs having to maintain that Jealous Rage very, very, very carefully. And now, again, you're blocking that Jealous Rage is going to be utilized in a way that you don't want to see. You're out of that JR. You do manage to get a little bit of it back, but again, Apo with that defense is just going to be able to play this so slowly and so carefully. And I mean, you can afford to do that when you have the health and damage of a character like GUILDHOUSE.
Got to make sure this lands and make sure that it connects. Connects fine. It does indeed. Apo going to go up on that first round. I mean, I really appreciate how Apo is just going ahead and being like, you know what? The moment that you get into that JR, I'm going to be just fine because I just know that I need to get out of one scenario, and immediately you're going to have to work all the way to get all of it back.
Ooh, great machine gun there, actually utilizing the machine gun to try to stall out Jealous Rage. Also great awareness from Pugs, managing to still keep a hold of that Jealous Rage at that little sliver of it. But again, this is just such an unfortunate position to be in if you are Pugs.
Oh man, there we go. Gets the jab again. Brian's so disciplined. Knows exactly when he needs to hold that, knows exactly when he needs to mash. This ABBA defense is looking prime and ready, but sometimes, you know, ABBA just gets to that Jealousy Rage. You gotta just make sure that you are at least surviving, let alone winning.
Yeah, and I mean, here we are going to see the blocks of that the key door. I'm not sure what the super is called, but it's disgusting how much guard crush that puts you into.
Yep, there's a very, very interesting trick there. Usually what the doctor orders is for you to try and do a jump into FD. Gives them so much less frame advantage there because of the jumping frames, but as you can see, due to the amount of startup that they were in because of that drone, they weren't able to get it out.
Right here, this GUILDHOUSE offense is very, very scary to go against. As you can see, 2 hits and a ton of blocked hits, and Pugs is already below half HP.
Goes for the fuzzy jump. Oh, tries to go for the high, not going to be able to find it. Once again, gets into the mode. We are in that mode right now. Going to go ahead, uninstall, and gets the reversal super. Still has full security. Still has so many opportunities to try and kill here. Will he be able to find it? Has to do a couple more BTs. Not going to quite be there, though. Gets the overhead. Going to be such a scary scenario. And now Apo is going to go ahead and tie up the round count.
Apo playing these very, very carefully, as we normally see from Apo. Strike throw as well, making you think on multiple layers while you're still getting chipped down by all of these BTs.
Once again, we're back into the Jealousy Rage. I love that. Now we got an overhead in the arsenal with the enhanced top kick. Shows that inevitably Pugs is going to have to go back into the normal mode. Now remember, as long as you don't block a key normal or get hit by pretty much any of these specials on the side of ABBA, then you are going to be stuck into that normal mode.
Yeah, and at least right here we go for the burst bait. That's going to be the overhead to finish out that round. That JD, such a disgusting hitbox.
Oh yeah. Thought we were going to see some sort of pause, but the way it's looking,
what the?
We need to get right back into this.
What a odd hitbox interaction right there. Looked kind of like a Soul 6H interaction. Sometimes there's hitboxes can be very, very, very deceiving with where the character actually is. Again, I mean, ABBA hasn't taken a single hit, but if you look at her health bar, it's just so depleted.
Yes, I mean, that's just the beauty of that GUILDHOUSE offense. Says, you know what, I don't even need to actually hit you with something in order to make you scared.
Great YRC from Apo, able to start their offense up, but again, a great mash from Pugs to match that YRC.
Oh man, and there we go with the overhead. Apo just reeling his head back, saying, I don't know how I got hit by that. I don't know what this character is doing the moment that we get into that Jealousy Rage. But all you got to do is you just got to make sure that you are locked in and ready to go. Such a scary spot. You can see these matches coming out from Pugs really trying to utilize that 4-framer, but not able to find any opportunities for it.
Is that a combo entirely using the same move? Dude, that's hella funny.
Oh, wow. Just the very, it has to be some of the luckiest spacing. ever seen in this game.
Great super here in order to, I lied actually, the super didn't reach that far. We are going to see the laser super come out. Abba will mash actually and get a great mash off there. Not afraid as soon as that laser is off of it.
And now we are starting to get into that looping pressure. Pugs has plenty of meter to work with. Just goes for the delayed overhead, catches the fuzzy mash, and now Pugs is going to be on the board. They're staying alive.
Pugs at least managing to get a little bit of a download there is going to be what they need to stay in this tournament. Now, Afo, as a player, has always been great at adapting, great at understanding, all right, this is why I lost. We need to move on here and see what I can do to fix that. I'm wondering what Afo's adaptations will be here, or if Pugs can just keep adapting ahead of Afo.
From what it's looking like, I don't know if Pugs is going to be able to find that opportunity here. We're getting back into the base of this matchup where it's like, all right, the moment that you get any sort of jealousy meter, it's incredibly hard to maintain it.
Great offense from Pugs here. Very, very scary. That will be the 2H again, and that will be a burst bait coming out from Pugs. Afo getting sent straight through the wall here will give Pugs a very large advantage in the meter category.
Yep, gonna be real hard. Doesn't try and get anything going here. Gets the 2S, but it's not gonna be enough. Goes for the double hop, and once again, Afo's head is reeling right now. Just not trying to beat any part of this.
That's the burst coming out really, really early from Pugs. Could cost them this whole match, especially if Afo manages to maintain the dominance that they are seeing right now in this round.
Oh man. Here we go. We got to keep on seeing this offense come out here from Afo. You have to find an opportunity to mash, but is he going to give it to you is the better question.
I don't even know what to say. That round was great. It was just GUILDHOUSE dominant. That's a GUILDHOUSE round right there if I've ever seen one. But another thing to keep in mind is that burst advantage is going crazy in the favor of Afo right now. Meter advantage is going Pugs' way, and having that positive bonus will definitely help out. But having that burst is such an important resource, especially to just say, get off me. Maybe stall out a little bit more jealous rage, you know?
Oh my goodness. Here we go. It's looking like only a couple more hits.
Oh no!
Should do it. This is going to send him through the wall. Not going to quite kill though. Looking real scary for Afo, if we're being honest. Has another chance to build up that meter. Just trying to keep it.
No!
Finds the way to catch the backdash for full screen. Says, you know what? I know you're going to be back there. And now Afo knows he's going to be in losers finals.
I was hoping for that game 5 there. Looks like Pugs was adapting, but you know, that machine gun, it is a machine gun after all. It is a minigun. It is going to do quite a bit of damage.
Oh, now it's the faded matchup. Here we go. We're going to see GC Yoshi coming out here. Has been showing up to GUILDHOUSE more recently. There was a catalyst about a few months ago when he made the decision, you know what, I think it's going to be worth for me to come out to GUILDHOUSE every once in a while. Now has been putting in that work, finds himself sitting in a guaranteed 3rd place. Wants to try and get that run back against Bro and wants to try to win this tournament from the loser side. But in the meantime has a very, very large employed in the Department of Defense obstacle in front of him in this GUILDHOUSE Dickinson.
That GUILDHOUSE Dickinson is an incredibly deadly option. You know, having access to the whole arsenal, the nukes, the missiles, the laser beam from the sky that we all know the U.S. has.
Exactly.
You know, having access to that arsenal is something that no normal human being should ever have the access to. But, you know, GUILDHOUSE,
he's got it on lock.
He does.
He's got it on lock. Don't know if we're going to be going into a button check here either. I believe that they're just going to get this thing rolling.
These two are usually pretty set. They usually both want to just kind of get things moving, get things going.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, especially, you know, at GUILDHOUSE, kind of the culture is you don't necessarily button check. So I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing to button check. Obviously, make sure your buttons are correct. You know, don't come through with these bad buttons out. But you know, just we gotta know it's like, all right, it's time. There's a time to button check, and right now I've worked tomorrow, so I'm trying to get home. Let's not do that button check. Anyway, we are gonna need to get things rolling here. Got the losers finals coming up to the plate. Battle of the White Wild Assaults coming here. Got Afo, who's going to be representing this GUILDHOUSE, and GC Yoshi representing not only the Marvel 3 community, but also this Bedman as well.
Yeah, that Bedman is going to be the best Bedman in Exerd, one of the best Bedmans in this game as well. Can he continue this dominance? Unfortunately, not going to convert off of that counter hit. Will be detrimental to AFO here.
Yeah, what an incredible match by GCYoshi. Just able to thread the needle, and now he's going to tack on a bit of damage, tack on a positive bonus as well, to try and gain some meter and try to end up finding a way to close out this round.
Ooh, great air stall from GCYoshi there, and this will be the install in order to start getting those error states to be disgusting. Now, great match from GCYoshi. No fear at all of AFO's very scary options, very high damaging options, but that 2P will finish off the round to the dismay of everybody watching.
Yeah, it's like this is looking real bad right now for GCYoshi. But we've been able to say that for a good majority of the set so far. I mean, I don't think that there's been one set he's had on stream where he's really taken a dominant lead, and it feels like this is not going to quite go his way, but as you can see by where we are in the bracket, that has never been an issue.
Never an issue for somebody like GCYoshi, especially when GCYoshi can just start calling you out with all these options, right? He can just start throwing these pin missiles at you, start throwing that electricity at you, and I mean, you're in a position where you may be winning in your offense, but in neutral, GCYoshi has very big control of that.
The deflection is going to push GCYoshi out of the way.
Oh no, that was a throw on wake up, and I know that was.
That's going to be huge damage out here for AFO. Just doing what he does best, making you hurt for those counter hits. Going to go ahead and close out round number 1. Got 2 more games to win here. 2 more games to try and get back in brands and get that run back against Brown.
GCYoshi, he's going to start pushing their advantage here. Although you don't have that burst on the side of GCYoshi, what you do have is you do have that tenacity, you do have that drive to win, and that may be just what it takes to beat out the GUILDHOUSE Dickinson here.
Oh. Gets the fuzzy setup. Really good in the conversion is there as well. AFO's looking like his offense is firing on all cylinders. The trade should lead to some death as well, and it does.
That's so disgusting. That's so disgusting. Somebody take the screen. Somebody turn the screen off.
Yeah, that is just, that's pretty gross. You gotta rate that. You gotta rate that M, man. Like,
oh, I need to go take a shower now.
Real grimy. Here we go. Gonna see some plus frames come out there from the error.
Actually, great attempt on that BT. Unfortunately, going to just be out of range. And I think that'll just be the round going straight the way of GCYoshi. Unless that combo drops, but Tact will drop because that reset will allow for an 100% kill of AFO.
Yeah, it's like the scaling was looking a little rough there, but you know, with the reset, intentional or not, is able to find the kill. There's some great stuff by GCYoshi.
There's White Wild Assault there to stop, to negate the drone pressure, and of course, at least if you're back in the corner, at least it's not with a huge combo, a huge amount of damage, but as soon as I say that, as soon as that leaves my mouth, GCYoshi mashes at the wrong point, and now, AFO.
Hey, it's like, I mean, listen, you said it best. It's like, even though it feels like there isn't that big damage all the time, GUILDHOUSE has by far his most damaging combos in the corner. He can go for that 6H into all different types of behemoths. He can go for that. He can go for the link into the minigun. Like, there's so many different routes, so many different ways that this GUILDHOUSE can kill you, especially when he's in the hands of AFO. Extremely proficient.
Oh my god, this is disgusting. This is disgusting.
Oh,
we need to put an age rating on the screen when AFO's on it, because this pressure, this amount of damage from not even hitting him is disgusting. We're not even caring about the meter. We're not even caring about the confirms anymore. We're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep pressuring you on block.
It tries to find the Skyfish there. Not going to find it, though. JD comes out, and now AFO only has 1 more round to run it back in grands. Both of these players really vying for that run back. I mean, like we said, Crone definitely the new kid on the block. Already shown that he is one of the best in town, able to get it done on another character. Now has to try and find a way to win this bracket. Oh, here we go. We are going to see plus frames come out. The throw comes out on the side of GCYoshi. And now the round is looking even. The land cancels come out. All different types of technology. Able to throw out the drone once again. And this is going to be plenty of damage. sending some drones out of Sentinel through the wall as well. One more mix-up should do it.
Now
Has
Yoshi does have that 100 meter, baits out the super there, and now GC Yoshi is in control of the match. It looks like they're in a much better situation. 1 HP. Oh no, that's gonna be the first force out from GC Yoshi. That will be YRC, and in the back throw, Apo takes it 3-0.
Man, Afo sending a message there. So tragic to not be able to find that OTG there. The OTG would have for sure killed, just a bit too late, and Afo was a great advantage of it. Not only was that real good, but it also sends kind of a message to Brone saying, you know what? I 3-0'd the man that you used to learn this character. Now we have to see what you can do on your second time out to the plate.
Yeah, no, I mean, Brone especially learned a lot from GC Yoshi, has studied GC Yoshi, has been almost a disciple of GC Yoshi at this point. He has a different playstyle, but at the same time, he uses so many of the same tricks. If Afo is able to catch those, if Afo is able to even barely manage to hold on to those, it could just spell disaster for Brone.
Absolutely. I mean, that is looking more and more apparent as time goes on. But now we have to see who is going to win this tournament. Brone coming back. Came to Guildhouse, already lost to Afo, finds the run back. So now we're sitting 1-1 on the week. Whoever takes this next set is going to be in a great position if it's on the side of Afo, and is just going to outright win the entire thing if it's Brone. Ooh, here we go. We're going to have to see what is going to be here. Who is going to take this grand finals? Is it going to be Brone on the Bedman, the brand new one at that, or Afo on the patented GUILDHOUSE?
Oh, and it looks like we're already stealing that tech from GC Yoshi, already using that White Wild Assault to avoid that drone. I mean, right here, Brone getting their offense started, playing a little more aggressively than what we saw last match from GC Yoshi.
Yep, all different types of lows coming out here from Afo. Brone's gonna get throw to more lows coming out. Finally gonna find his way out with a good mash.
Great defense from Brone, great spacing as well. Brone does manage to get a combo here, and it's just going to spill disaster for Afo. I mean, you're back in neutral unless, and I counted him out, that 50 meters will be the laser strike from above, and Brone's gone.
Yep, the first blood is gonna go to Afo here in Grands. Still has a bit of a mountain to climb, but that is a good way to start. The only way to summit ever is to take that first step.
Oh no, that 2P from Afo is just going to absolutely stop anything that Brone had going there. Unfortunately for Afo, that drone will not be doing what he wants it to, and this, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Gonna bring it all the way back. Isn't able to find it.
Oh no.
Tries to go for the 360 on the super, get a bit of extra damage, isn't able to find it. 2K gonna be huge here. And Afo's gonna take the first round.
Afo with the dominance right now. I mean, you're already warmed up against Bedman.
Exactly.
Warmed up against your character.
That's exactly what we were mentioning before. I said that, you know what, already took down a man with a very similar pedigree, very similar play style as well. Now Brone has to come up with a few new tricks up his sleeves because the fundamentals got absolutely ran after the GC Yoshi set.
Good IVs allowing Afo to start slowly walking forward, slowly making their way in. That will be the drone coming out, but what?
Yeah, but it's like the 6P gonna get absolutely neutralized by that JH. Giving GUILDHOUSE a taste of his own medicine.
Oh no, IB, in order to start preventing Brone from doing what Brone wants to do here, great 2P mash in order to allow this offense from Brone.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think as we said, Brone is just looking absolutely primed and ready to go right now. Great IB gonna allow him to get not quite a punish, but it's gonna be enough to kill here with the pin. And now Brone is showing that he has some fight back. Gotta see what he can do with this. Remember that each game one counts double for Brone, so just wants to find his way to tack on a couple.
Yeah, right now Brone, especially that 6B, is doing damage. This is going to be a very damaging offensive sequence from Afo. It's not looking good. Oh no, that looked like it was supposed to be a White Wild Assault, but instead came out as a dust
sure Brone counting his blessings right now. That could have been really bad for Brone, actually. If he did get out that white wall assault, would have gotten hit out of it, and then would have been at an even larger burst disadvantage. Now is going to be able to at least have that burst back for this round and deny Afo of it entirely.
100%. This combo from Brone is going to be incredibly damaging. This is going to be a great situation for Brone to be in. Looks like Brone managed to slowly get this download. The meter usage is going to be incredible from Brone. That's going to be a very aggressive burst here. That could spell the end for Brone if Afo is able to get an offensive sequence started at all. But it's not looking good for Afo in any stretch of the means, considering they're having to be forced to use the YRC. They're being forced to use their meter defensively.
This is real bad for Brone. Has no burst, has to try and deal with this GUILDHOUSE pressure the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way looking like a backdash. Is he able to chase the backdash from Afo? Not going to find it. Gets JD'd, and now it's looking real scary. Only going to be one more mix-up. Has the meter, is going to try and go for the trade. Isn't going to find it, and now Afo is sitting at 2-0. Only one game away from getting the reset.
Afo about to get that reset. Looks like you would be feeling good if you're in this position. Sometimes these top players will use these first 3 games to try to grab info as well. So Brone in that second half might get a rejuvenation, might get a second wind, as to say, about their game plan. But right now, Afo is looking like they're in the driver's seat. Afo is looking like they're playing just incredibly.
Yeah, but like just really trying to mix up all different types of the special move. As you can see, denying that drone, denying that security gauge, gets the 6P, and now it's looking like, as you said, Brone is dialed in at least on this first round.
That's not going to kill, but that'll come near damn close unless this is a tragic situation for Brone. Brone gets back thrown into the corner. That's going to be a drone coming out as well.
I really like that. Really solid on that backdash. This should kill, and it does. Brone once again taking the first round.
Brone has been taking these first rounds, though, but Afo, quick to respond, generally has been absolutely demolishing. However, Brone, looks like they finally started to get the download. Looks like they were using those first 2 rounds as just a little bit of a info gathering, as to say, because you have those extra rounds in the back.
Yep, it's like, as you can see, it's like it was looking a little scary at first, but now is able to find these hits that he's looking for, goes ahead, gets the super through the wall, and now Brone is looking like he is on the dominant end as well. Look at that! Calls out the 2P, said, I know exactly what you're going to do. And with that, is going to go ahead and pick up his first game of Grands.
Look at Afo cheesing right there. Afo knows. He's like, hey, I got God, man. I got God.
Yeah,
nothing I can do there.
Yeah, it's like knows Afo really likes to sit back and hold on that sick 2P, excuse me. Just gonna go ahead, call him out there, catches that backdash from Brone. Once again, these games are so valuable.
They're incredibly valuable to Afo. Everyone is making a mountain out of that molehill of the loser's side right now. Brone, though, getting this wall break, not going to go opt for the super move. Could have been a misinput, could have also just been Brone, knowing that using this meter here, utilizing it may have been a better choice here.
And it's like, honestly, this may be fine. I don't really see a scenario where he dies here. Wait,
are you sure?
Yeah, honestly,
this is GUILDHOUSE. Are you sure?
It is GUILDHOUSE, but it's like, but yeah, it's pretty scaled. It's pretty scaled.
Okay.
Not even close. Okay. But has 100 meter, has a good amount of burst. Could go for the white wall assault. Doesn't! Goes for the tap. Does! And now has to try and find a way to get the save jump.
Wait.
No, he finds the save jump. Here we go. Has to block one more setup. Isn't gonna find it. And now Afo is 1 round away from a reset.
Afo, with that 1 round away from the reset, especially taking this first round, has been going the first round of Brone and Afo clawing their way back. But now, with this first round going to Afo, this could mark a complete change in the momentum of the set.
Yep, I love that. Just really trying to make sure that he gets what he can in order to close out the security gauge usages from Afo. Oh no. That's gonna be pretty bad. Has a level 3 drone on him. Uses the deflect shield and is gonna give him the space that he needs.
Oh, that's 6P. Oh, that might be it. That might be the reset going the way of Afo.
That's looking like it's in. Not quite though. The OTG isn't gonna quite be there, but the 2P sure is.
2P. That's the reset already happening. Looks like we got a little bit of a crowd joining as well in the back. We got some mid-set coaching from Joey, maybe?
Yep, really gonna be interesting to see what route Brown wants to go here. Does he want to continue on this Bedman, or does he want to go back to the Anji? He told me earlier on, he said, I'm only gonna go to the Anji if I go down 3-0 to AFO in the set before. So, seeing as how it was a 3-1, could be walking back on that, but might want to go for the Anji just to really lock it in.
Now, what I'll
Looking
say,
like he's going to go in for the Bedman instead.
What I was going to say at Festival of Fights, said very similar things, stuck it out with the Bedman anyway. We're sticking it out with the Bedman. This is his new main. This is his new character. This is the new bro.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, a tournament win here on this Bedman on a stage like Genesis back could be definitely the morale booster that he needs going into some of the better tournaments, like, you know, like Genesis proper, like Flashback as well. Like, all those tournaments could be really a game changer.
Yeah, no, this would be a giant shift in momentum, especially because this is, even though it is effectively a glorified local, as the people showing up here are mainly local players, it does still hold more weight. It does still hold that the gravitas that the local doesn't quite hold.
Goes for the throw instead on this instant. Once again, catches the backdash, calls it out.
Unfortunate no combo off that backdash catch.
Oh no, uses the meter and tries to go right under the RC. It's such a scary spot for Brown right now.
This is looking rough. This is looking tough for Brown. Brown with that JD is going to get called out by that 2P. And AFO already starting this round, this reset off incredibly well. Incredibly strong.
Yep. Here we go. Goes for the far slash, not going to quite connect. Once again, has to utilize as much meter as he possibly can. Finds a good one
good
in.
Wild assault. Good back throw as well. This is going to be a great offensive sequence. Another throw. This is forcing AFO to think. This is forcing AFO to flinch. And AFO now, you're in the corner. Opting not to use the super here to wall break. Maybe it was just a misinput. Maybe it was just not realizing the meter was there. But great white wild assault. Gets 2P mashed out of.
Able to find a 2P of his own. Gets the 6P. And now Brown is just trying to go ahead, tie up this round count. Finds a way to neutralize that drone, but still has to try and find one more good hit here. Can really just play this out with the pins, but Apple is always going to get that bar to FD back, so it's not looking like an effective strategy.
Yeah, this is not looking good, but that deflect shield, incredible. Timing that on the last hit of that of the drone, it allows the 2K to miss for AFO, and Brown in a great advantageous situation to win that round. This round, however, not looking nearly as advantageous for Brown.
This is looking real scary for Brown, looking real good for AFO on the other hand, especially.
No. Oh no!
That is going to kill 100% of the way. And now AFO was able to pick up 2 games before, dropped 1, and now has won another 2 in a row. Can he keep this going? Will he stick this out? As you can see, the thinking is going, but it's looking like once again each game just has to make the choice, saying, you know what, I'm going to stick this out with the Bedman, see if good things will happen.
That's the unfortunate thing about playing 2 characters, especially when learning a new one. It's always like, I could win this on my old character, but you got to stick it out. You got to be there for your new character. You got to learn, and these are the moments you got to learn in. You can't be learning in those training modes. You can't be learning in those moments. These are the moments that really matter when you're trying to learn a new character.
Absolutely. As you can see, getting the far slash out. Like you said, it's really, really hard to make it.
That was a white wild assault. That was a messed up white wild assault from AFO earlier.
Yeah, I think saw the throw from full screen. Looking real good. Ooh, gets the throw tech and gets the burst out of Brown, but no punish. That's
no punish. It's tragic. This is going to be a white wild assault coming out. You do get a safe jab.
Yep, safe jab going to come out as well.
No.
And then this might have been able to kill, but it's just going to go for one more setup.
Low.
Oh, gets the backdash though.
Great backdash. That's going to be a double overhead. Low, not quite going to make it.
Goes for the 6P, not going to land, but the 2P sure is. Flow slashes are coming out. Gets the hit on the S error, and AFO is continuing this momentum.
That JD is such a broken button, especially in the context of a matchup like this. And right now, it looks like AFO is in the driver's seat. AFO is the one controlling this matchup now, and this is where everything starts to fall apart for Brone. This is where Brone, even though they're starting their offense here, it's just not going to be enough because AFO has that momentum going their way.
Yeah, it's like just continually trying to catch AFO on these hard reads, but isn't going to quite find the reads that he's looking for. I mean, it's like, yeah, he's getting the initial damage, but it's so hard to construct a good game plan when any mistake leads you to these crazy scenarios.
Great white wild assault from Brone there. Good blocks from AFO and a good call out of the 6P from Brone. This won't kill, but this will lead to a situation where a second throw might be able to finish him off. Brone and AFO coming more even. It looks like Brone's finally coming into his own. Brone's finally gaining that confidence back that he lost in those previous rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it also becomes pretty easy when AFO just goes for a lot of these really telegraphed options. Says, you know what? It's almost like a bunch of if-then statements come out from AFO. Finds a bunch of different scenarios where he's like, all right, well, if I get to this point, then I'm going to do this response. And now that's going to become even more important.
Oh,
Gets caught on the low, but isn't able to find it. Gets hit on the other side, and now AFO only has one more game.
Brone looking a little tragic, looking a little sweaty perhaps, just not quite being able to finish out these rounds like he wants to, and AFO is just so confident, so in control right now. Gold Burst especially, you know he's feeling himself now. You know this is where the match starts to go out of control. This is where everything starts to snowball. Brone, in this defeated situation, he must find it within himself to slowly work his way out, but that laser beam is going to hide what AFO is doing. It's going to allow AFO to run this offense. It's going to allow AFO to be scary, especially with that throw.
Yep, it's looking real scary. Gets the backdash, though. And now we can see Brone is now trying to string together something. Has to try and make a miracle happen to try to win this set. But it's looking like miracles are going to happen right now. Never deemed to be impossible. Just incredibly difficult. And Brone said, listen, my odds are on 0. I like them. You got to give me what's mine.
Brone resetting to neutral. This is the place where you want to be on Bedman. You got to be very, very careful with that white wild assault here. You got to be incredibly careful. That GUILDHOUSE can do a lot here, but Brone managing to take that round. This is looking like the direction Brone wants to be going in. This is looking like Brone is finally coming back into their own. Chants from the crowd are already coming out, and Brone getting this offense started is going to be a huge benchmark for the rest of their game.
Yeah, it's like already now finding the offensive scenarios that he wants, realizing that this is a completely different beast than pretty much anyone you could face online or in Guildhouse, really experienced in defense in the matchup. Tries to go for the throw, gets the backdash though. We see a burst. Yeah, I was going to say a very, very offensive burst coming out here from Brone. And now we have to see if it's going to pay off. Gets the backdash once again, but able to call it out this time.
Oh, we're not mashing on that. Good deflect shield, and this will be a 6P. That combo may not do as much damage. And now AFO in this situation has so much to work with.
Yep, tries to find the white wild assault. Isn't going to land it though, and Brone is going to find a game. Now has a slight higher chance in order to try and win this tournament. Could find the reverse sweep on AFO. AFO already winning the first set 3-1. Now in a position to win it 3-1 again. Trying to shut down this Brone offense. But if Brone gets it over to a 2-2, how much do you think that the odds of him winning the set increase?
I think the odds increase by a ton. That burst rate attempt from AFO barely whiffing there. But I think that if Brone wins this round, I think that the odds are slowly turning around into his favor. Now, this is an incredibly difficult position to be in. You're going to be taking that chip damage no matter if you like it or not.
Oh my goodness.
Going to be so much chip damage. Brone starting their offense, but it doesn't look like it's going to be what Brone wants.
Uh-oh, has to try and fight his way out of this. Gets a throw. Does he know the safe jump? He sure does. Catches AFO trying to mash. Now it's like just going to go straight into that. I mean, doesn't want to spend anything in regards to the burst.
That's going to be the super coming out from AFO. AFO is going to be going for the cross up, and AFO manages to take that round. This is AFO on match point. Full burst, has all the resources in the world they could want. Brone crawling their way back from the jaws of defeat, crawling their way back from 5 losses at this point, and only 2 wins to his name.
Yeah, it's like it's real scary. Gets the very clutch deflect shield. Burst is going to come out here from AFO. Wants to just close out this game expeditiously. Calls him out. The backdash is going to be just barely enough.
no, this is not looking good. This is looking like the situation where Brone ends up losing. This is looking like it might kill.
This might kill.
Close.
Has 3, and it's gonna kill enough.
Afo, your winner of Genesis Black Strive 2024.
Man, it's like just able to run it back all the way from the loser side. Brone had the momentum going in there with the winners, only had to win 3 games, but wasn't even able to find 3 games in the reset. Afo just so dominant.
So damn talented as well. Afo,
Exactly.
in crazy defense. Got that offense. The GUILDHOUSE offense is just insane to deal with as well. It's very, very, very difficult to deal with. And, I mean, it was just very, very well played from both parties, but Afo, unfortunately, for Brone, took that all the way.
Yep, congratulations to Brone for getting that second place, and even bigger congratulations to Afo for coming out on top there, able to secure yet another defeat over Brone. I mean,
Defying the odds there as well.
definitely. It's like, I mean, you never expect these people to make these runs from loser side, but was able to find it there, so congratulations. I mean, but with that, the Guild Gear Strive bracket has come to an end. We're going to get out of here. We're going to play some casuals. We're going to explore some more of this beautiful venue here at GUILDHOUSE. I've been Avian. This is Whimsic, but be sure to stay tuned for even more Genesis Black action.
We'll see you around.
All right, going to be throwing it on over to Tekken Top 8. Just got the word. So now if you wanted to know what exactly you're staying here for, you want to see some of that good Tekken, shout out to Tasty Steve, you got to be sure to stay here on twitch.tv/GuildHouse. And as we said, catch you tomorrow with more anime, or catch you later for some more Tekken. Let's get it.